Hello students, so are you preparing for ISC 2025 literature exams and wondering which chapters are most important? Well, in this video, I am going to reveal the most important and expected chapters, analyze their themes, discuss exam trends, and even give you sure short questions that are likely to come. If you want to score high marks, make sure you watch this video till the end because I will also share expert tips to write perfect answers. So let's get started. But before that, I would like to remind you not to forget to share, like, and subscribe to your own channel, that is Learn English with Priyanka. So before we discuss the important chapters, let's first understand how ISC literature papers are set. If you analyze past 5 years question papers, you will see that short stories are usually tested on themes, character analysis, and symbolism. Poems are frequently tested on literary devices, deeper meanings, and poet's intention. And some stories and poems are repeated in different ways over the years. But since this is your new book, you have a wide scope. Your questions can come from anywhere. Yes. More weight is given to analytical and application based questions rather than direct narration. Yes. Now, let's get into the most expected chapters for ISC 2025. I know you must be waiting for this video. So, just remember to read and go through all the chapters. Do not forgo or let go any chapters, but the one which I'm mentioning, you have to go through that thoroughly. So the first one which I would like to suggest is There Will Come Soft Rains by Ray Bradbury. Yes, this chapter is quite expected. I am, God knows why, but it has always happened with me that whenever I suggest a chapter, generally paper comes out of it. So go through this one. This is one of the most tested story in ISC exams. The story is set in post future world, in fact, where technology continues working even after humans have disappeared. So it is a strong commentary on war, destruction, and our dependence on technology. So this chapter is quite important. The themes, talking about themes, then impact of nuclear war, role of technology in human life, and nature's influence to human existence. So this is the theme. This often appears in theme based question. This chapter often appears in theme based question. So possible exam questions: how does the story depict the dangers of technology? One very important question. Next can be explain the significance of the title. Yes, this is again a very important question. And the third one is, how is irony used in the story? Imagine you have to write a long answer with this. So exam tip which I would like to give you: always mention how the story is a warning about technological advancement without ethical control. This point should always be there when you are attempting this answer. Next chapter I would like to tell you is Atithi by Rabindranath Tagore. So yes, Atithi is also, see, one Indian writer often comes. So this is about a young boy who leaves home and family and everything. So this story is a classic example of Tagore's storytelling, focusing on freedom, societal expectations, human relationships. The character of Tarapada symbolizes conflict between individual desire and societal norms, right? So theme of the story, mota mota agar bolen to, freedom versus responsibility. This is the main theme. Second theme which I can mention is the transient nature of relationship through Tarapada and role of fate in human life. So these are three main themes. about exam trend, see, since as I'm again and again telling you all, this is the first year when you people are going to attempt this book. So generally character based questions can come. Possible exam question which I would like to tell you is what does Tara Pada's character reveal about human nature? One quite expected and quite important question. Next is explain the contrast between Tarapada and the family that shelters him. Second important question. Third is how does the story depict the idea of wanderlust? Very important, very, very important. Quite expected and very important question. Talking about answer tips, discuss Tarapada's personality and how his decisions reflect larger human conflict. Just keep this in mind. Whenever you are writing the answers, keep the keywords in mind. Third chapter which I would like to tell you is Indigo by Satyajit Ray. So yes, Indigo, which revolves around Indigo factory, mysterious events, eerie setting, right? So you can be tested on this. This story has elements of supernatural, but also examines human greed, curiosity, and justice. It is a very engaging and एग्जाम फेवरेट चैप्टर. सो 100% ये तो आने के पूरे पूरे चांसेस हैं ही हैं. सो सुपरनैचुरल वर्सेस रियलिटी इसकी मेन थीम वी कैन से, एंड जस्टिस एंड रिवेंज, this is also quite important. And the third one is burden of past sins. Yes, through that indigo planter we can make out this theme. Now talking about exam trend, in this chapter usually narrative or symbolism based questions are asked. What kind of questions? Narrative or symbolism. So talking about possible question, I can say what is the significance of indigo factory in the story. One important question is this, 5-mark questions may this can come. Second is how does Ray create suspense in the narrative? Again, very, very important questions. 10 marks question can come from this. And third one is discuss the role of supernatural elements in indigo. Again, 10 marks question, 5 marks can also come in this. Answer tip which I would like to give you is make sure to highlight how Ray keeps readers engaged using mystery, subtle hints. So you have to just keep that in mind. Try to use the words from the book itself. Those are known as keywords. So now moving on to most expected poem. So I think the first one would be Death Be Not Be Proud by John Donne. Yes, Death Be Not Be Proud is quite important poem. The theme could be the temporary nature of death, spiritual immortality, very important. So now let's talk about possible exam questions. Yes, first one is how does Donne personify death in the poem? One of the most expected question. Try to prepare this pretty well. Second is explain the paradox in Death Be Not Be Proud. Again, a very important question. When you are writing your answers, always mention how Donne challenges the fear of death using religious and philosophical arguments. You have to keep this in mind. Okay, you people must be confused that how to frame the answers. Take help of your workbooks. Next poem would be Telephone Conversation. Yes, this is also pretty important. Why? Because racial discrimination, the main theme, racial discrimination, irony and sarcasm, quite expected poem. I can say that this is again, मतलब 95% इसके आने के chances हैं. मुझे ऐसा लगता है. Almost 95% chances are there that this poem will come. So this poem is often tested in tone and theme-based questions. Yes, so the possible questions which could be framed from this poem, first question would be, how does poet use irony in the poem? One of the most important question. Second is discuss how racial prejudice is presented in Telephone Conversation. Again, a 10 marks question. Remember, when you are answering your question, focus on the poet's use of humor to expose deep-rooted racism. Yes, you have to keep this in point. minimum 6 to 8 quotes should be there in your answer, all long answers. So whenever you are putting quotes in inverted commas, it should be exactly the words of the passage. So here now I'm going to share my 3 top tips for scoring high in your ISC 2025 literature exams. First, use textual evidences. Always support your answers with quotes and reference from the text. Second, follow the PEAL structure, that is point, evidence, explanation, and link. This makes your answers structured, right? And the last one, very important one, practice writing timed answers. That means solve papers, previous year papers or model papers under exam conditions within the limited time. It does not consume your time more than the allocated time for the question. You have to keep in mind that you don't have to spend more than a particular time which you have given. That's all for today. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe. Drop a comment which chapter you need more explanation on. I have given a detailed explanation of each chapter. Do see the playlist which I will mention in the details. So hope this video is helpful for you. All the best. Let's meet after the exam and do let me know how was your exam. Bye-bye.